Your house is not an asset. I repeat, your house is not an asset. I think so far this is the most controversial theory that I have come across while reading this book. And I call it controversial because maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure whether hata mimi mwenyewe nimei accept kabisa that if I own a house today, it will not be an asset. But the good thing is that I believe that I'm still learning. I'm still in the learning process. So after reading, I'll then get to decide whether I agree with it or I still hold otherwise. So, and the reason as to why that many people do not accept that their houses are not an asset. Number one is because that is one of the dreams that many people hold. So anytime that someone is working hard towards their goals, one of the most financial goals that is in like every person's mind is owning a home. Then that we can all agree. So then someone coming telling you that your home or your house is not an asset, and you'll be like, Atuli, what are they saying? What are they saying? You'll not understand. So then again, many people that believe that owning a house is an investment. I'm sure if you own a house or a home, when you are counting your investment, you will discover maybe that one of the largest investment that you get to count is your house. So one, it is a dream that we all have. Again, we believe it is the largest investment that we have, and we say that many people fail to agree with this because there is that emotional attachment that comes with your house, that comes with your home. There is that emotional attachment that is related to owning a home. So this is a topic that will involve a lot of emotions, and this guy says in the book that when you involve emotions too much, you lower your level of financial intelligence. So in this particular topic, I think we get to involve our emotions too much, and definitely that gets to lower our financial intelligence. That's why we cannot agree with the fact that owning a house is not an asset. And this guy gives two main grounds on to as to why your house is not an asset. And number one thing is that we know that for something to qualify to be an asset, it must be generating some money. It should be bringing some money in. It should be bringing some income. So from the fact that this house is not bringing any income, is not an asset, the house might eliminate the money you would spend to pay rent, but you can't count that as an income. It is not money that is coming into your pocket. So number one of the reasons as to why this guy says that your house is not an asset is number one because many people build their houses using a mortgage, because constructing a good house, a habitable house, majority of the times is not a cheap affair. So you find that you cannot be able to pay for it by your current income or by going by the current financial status that you are facing. So you opt for a mortgage. So, and of course, a mortgage will create an expense that is the mortgage payment. You find that you will have to pay for monthly installments, and you get to discover that majority of these mortgages that are used to to construct houses, they are not small monies, they are not small mortgages. So you can find someone paying for a house for 10, 20, or even 30 years. So you can imagine that you will pay a loan for the next 30 years just for the sake of owning a house. So at this point, then the house becomes a liability because it will be taking money out of your pocket for the next 30 years. That is the number one argument. Number two is what he calls lost opportunities. Opportunities. So even assuming that you build your house on using your own money without going for a mortgage, this money that you used to build a house would have formed a good capital or a foundation for an investment portfolio. So you could have used the money that you used to construct your house to create an investment portfolio that will bring in income into your pocket. But once you use the money to construct a house, it means that there are so many other opportunities that you have to surrender simply because you used your money to construct a house. So those are the two major reasons that he gives as to why your house is not an asset. But the good thing is that he continues to say that this does not mean that you should not buy a house. This does not mean you should drop the dream of having a house. But what do? Before you go buying a house, make sure that you acquire assets that will generate income that will pay for the house. Yes, your house is not an asset, but you still that have emotional feeling that you should own a house, and it is good owning a home somewhere to bring up your kids, somewhere to rest maybe after work, somewhere you live after you retire. But what do you do before owning a house? Make sure that you have assets, assets that will bring income. Then it is this income that you will use to pay for the house. But don't take a mortgage to buy a house. Then you'll have to work more harder to ensure that you pay for the house for the rest 20 years, for the rest 30 years. So buy assets that will create income and pay for the and that income will be used to pay for the house. Maybe that way the burden for owning a house will start to be less a burden. So you own a home, but you have already created a portfolio or assets that will help you now pay for the house. So when you are free, think about that and get to tell me, what do you think? Do you still hold that your house is an asset, or do you come to the other side and start to agree that your house is in a way a liability? Tell me.